Good morning, sixth grade students. It's still early yet. Well, first of all, good morning to all of you, to all of our guests who came out today. I appreciate it. I know it's super early, so I'm sure you got your coffee and were able to make it, and we appreciate that. Today we're going to be recognizing students for their performance academically, socially, and for attendance within quarters 1 and 2. In addition to the students that we will recognize at their seats, there will be various other awards where select individuals qualified and were chosen based upon their academic and leadership qualities and traits. I will start the ceremony by awarding the top students who received the most Bulldogs Care tickets within their grade level. This program was started and implemented last school year and has become a staple here at the middle school. We see our students doing well based upon the acronym of CARE, which stands for C, commitment, A, attitude, R, respect, and E, excellence. As a reminder, weekly, each staff member hands out a Bulldogs Care ticket to a student who exhibited the CARE attributes, and today we are going to recognize the students who received the most tickets for the total of quarters of marking period 1 and 2. It is such an honor to call these students up for recognition. Each student will receive a certificate along with a ticket where they will get to choose between a gift card, time in the dog den with friends, or an ice cream social. And I want to put a plug out there for Belco because they support financially all of the recognition around our Bulldogs Care within Big Spring Middle School. Another thing about this is super unique is that our teachers don't even know the recipients of this. The students, as they get a ticket, go down to the counseling office and turn it into Mrs. Kantz. Mrs. Kantz does a cartwheel for them. I'm just saying that she doesn't really do a cartwheel, but she does recognize and gives them kudos, hears about why they received it, and then we accumulate that in a database, so this is fresh for all of our teachers and our students of those receiving this award. So let's hold our applause to the very end, but again, these are the students who accumulated the most CARE tickets for quarters 1 and 2. And they were going to be asked to come up to the stage. Let's use these steps over here because there's cords over here. A first recipient is Rayleigh Coulter. I'm going to announce all of them, okay? Bryn Little, Peyton Lay, Aubrey Beecher, and Kaysen Seibert. Now let's give them a round of applause. Let's have you guys just kind of stay up here until everyone gets up here. Assuming the others are not here. And also parents, at the end of this, or guests, you can feel free to pull your child out of the line and take pictures at the end, or you can get them, we'll try to pause it between each one so you can get pictures along the way. All right, one more round of applause for these three up here. At this time, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Fry, who's going to be recognizing students for attendance.
As Mrs. Ney said, I get to recognize perfect attendance, and for the first semester, we just do a stand at your seat, and you will get a certificate from your homeroom teacher if you have not gotten it already. Second semester, if you continue this perfect attendance the whole way through the year, we have an award to give you at the end of the year. So far, for the first 2 quarters, the following 5 students, if you could please stand and be recognized at your seat, and like I said, you'll have a certificate in your homeroom. Faith Burkholder, Paxton Cedars, Braylon Stum, Braden Koontz, and Clara Schober. If you could, the 5 of you stand. If we could give them a round of applause for their attendance. First 2 quarters, and keep it up, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year. And I would now invite Mrs. Bowles and Mrs. Craig.
Good morning. At this time, we would like to recognize students who have earned honors or distinguished honors for the first and second marking periods. In order to achieve honors, student must earn a B or higher in all subjects. When students achieve honors for a marking period, an honors message appears at the top of their report card. At this time, and Mrs. Bowles is going to help because the names are on the slides, but at this time, would any student who received regular honors for first or second marking period please stand and be recognized? And if you forgot, you can see if your name's on the slide. So if you received regular honors, please stand at this time for marking periods 1 or 2. Stay standing, marking period 2 is coming. Many of you will be standing there. Look at all those names. All right, let's give them all a big round of applause for their great work. Good job, students. That was a lot of you. In order to achieve distinguished honors, students must earn an A in all subjects. When students achieve distinguished honors, a distinguished honors message appears at the top of their report card. At this time, would all students who received distinguished honors for the first or second marking period please stand to be recognized? And your names are on the slides. Right, again, excellent job, students. Let's give them a round of applause. We want to give special recognition at this time to all the students who achieved distinguished honors for both the first and second marking periods. We have a special certificate for you. So our teacher leaders, Mr. Spears and Mr. Britcher, volunteered to help us hand out these certificates. When you hear your name called, please come up to the stage on the far side and receive your certificate.
All right, again, I know it's really hard not to clap because we're so excited for our classmates, but if you can wait till the end, that'll help us get through it a little bit. And when you hear your name called, remember to come up this set of stairs. Delilah Barrick, Paisley Barrick, Jessa Charnowski, Rachel Collins, Avery France, Amira Gabbard, Alexia Gonzalez Argueta, Jordan Graham, Rayleigh Holter, Simone Johnson, Allison Kiner, Bodie Lay, Peyton Lay, Bryn Little, Olivia Neely, Daniel Oliver, Nora Phillips, Finley So, Josephine Seeley, Clara Schover, Asa Sigmund, Elliot Sipes, Ashlyn Souter, Benjamin Tandle, and Silas Ziegler. All right, let's give a round of applause. All right, just keep holding that smile. I think we're good. All right, one more round of applause. Thank you. And you can all have a seat.
We'll turn it over to Mr. Spears and Mr. Britcher for the academic award.
Good morning. I am Sean Britcher. I teach social studies, 6th grade social studies here at the middle school. To my right is Mr. Spears, math teacher here at the middle school, and we also have the privilege of being the team leaders for 6th grade, thus being the announcers for the awards. The Academic Excellence Award that we are giving really, is a lot of the students receiving the awards are showing those qualities that we really like to see in all of our students. If I think back to what Mrs. Nace said earlier with CARES, commitment. They are committed to doing their very best in the classroom. They have a positive attitude, always wanting to strive not only to do their best, but an attitude for learning in the classroom. Respectful to their teachers, their peers, respectful to the learning environment that takes place in the classroom. And of course, excellence, always striving to be the best that they can do, to show excellence in all of their work. And obviously the students that we honor today are doing those things in the classroom. Parents, thank you. Parents and guardians, thank you for coming out too, because we know that this award is as much a part of your help and effort in making sure that they meet those goals as well. So thank you for that. So at this time, we'd like to invite the 6th grade teachers onto the stage as we honor our students for their awards. For science, we have Mrs. Long and Mrs. Gilbert. For math, as we mentioned, Mr. Spears. We have Mrs. McGee filling in for Mrs. Corman and Mrs. Kindon coming up as well. For ELA, we have Mrs. Beatty, Mrs. Long, and also Miss Sprecher. And for social studies, we have Mr. Tigger, and along with myself. Students, as we read the names for the awards, we have several students in each category. Please just remain, or hold your applause, I should say, until we mention all students by their name for that category, and then please give your applause. So for quarter one, ELA, Academic Excellence, goes to Rayleigh Holter, Josephine Seeley, and Kason Seibert. Come on up and receive your awards. Academic Excellence first semester in math class goes to Kaylee Groves, Christopher Kelly, and Corbin Motter. Academic Excellence in Science goes to Jordan Graham and Anna Wilson. And for the first semester, Academic Excellence in Social Studies goes to Aubrey Beecher and Asa Sigmund.
And at this time, we'll pause for a picture. All right, thank you, Marking Period 1 awards. And now moving on, maybe to Marking Period 2. There we go. So Quarter 2 awards, and the students have begged me this morning, I'm sorry parents, to tell a joke. I do tell jokes on lunch duty with students. I'm not telling any jokes today. I'm sorry, no matter how many emails you send me, I know. Instead, it's an awards assembly. I'm going to ask you a trivia question. I know. I was like, what is the tallest building in the world? That's right, it's a library. It has the most stories. There we go. All right, well done. Oh, I know. That's great. Anyway, we are moving on to the Quarter 2 awards for ELA. We have After Gudil, Peyton Lay, and Sophia McGill. For math, we have Delilah Barrick, Talia Calaman, and Skyland Flowers. For science, we have Daniel Oliver and Corbin Motter. And for social studies, we have Joseph Eggy and Caleb Wilbur. And we will pause here for a couple of pictures as well. And for the next part of our award ceremony, we'd like to call up Mrs. Schober and Mr. Tiffany for the Musician of Notes Awards.
Good morning. I am Mrs. Lori Schover, and I direct the 6th grade chorus here, as well as general music. And this is Mr. Tiffany, and he directs the band. So we would like to announce some musician of notes for you, and please come up that stairwell, and we have certificates for you. Starting with chorus, I would love to recognize for marking period 1, Joseph Eggy and Andy Swab. Please come up. For marking period 2, I would love to recognize Ella Gale and Austin Halleck. Please come forward. Mr. Tiffany would love to recognize for marking period 1, Daniel Oliver and Rachel Collins. Most approved for band in quarter 1, Skyland Flowers. Come on up, Skyland. For the second marking period, Mr. Tiffany would love to recognize for musician of note in band, Rayleigh Holter and Nora Phillips. Come on down. Most improved for band for quarter 2, please come down. Is it Leiden? Layden, sorry, I don't have Layden. Layden Green, come on down, Layden. Most improved.
Okay, photo up, go ahead.
All right, now I would love to recognize the elected classes awards for Mr. Deutsch, and I don't know if he's health or PE, which is he for 6th grade? PE? Okay. Mr. Deutsch would love to recognize Peyton Lay for quarter 1 and Asa Sigmund for quarter 2. Peyton Lay, she's not here today? He's not here? Okay. Mrs. Grove would love to recognize for her quarter 1, Delilah Barrick, and quarter 2, forgive me if I mispronounce this, Ferdoz Namezada. I'm so sorry. How do you pronounce it? Okay, give them an applause, please. Then you do it next time. I haven't had Ferdoz. Okay, Mrs. McIntyre would love to recognize for Tech Ag, Olivia Seville and Naomi Carpenter. Mr. Miller would love to recognize for quarter 1, Allison Kiner, quarter 2, Avery France. Mr. Policiccio would love to recognize Ashlyn Souter for quarter 1, and for quarter 2, Clara Cunningham. Mrs. Riesinger for PE would love to recognize for quarter 1, Corbin Motter, and quarter 2, Paisley Barrick. Come on down. I would love to recognize for my general music classes for quarter 1, Liliana Berkevile and Aniston Reed. Come on down. Mr. Tiffany would love to recognize for his general music classes for quarter 1, Rhea Bear, and for quarter 2, Finley So. Come on down. Mrs. Wiggum for Family and Consumer Science would love to recognize for quarter 1, Ashna Ride, and for quarter 2, Bodie Lay. Come on down. And that is it for the electives. So let's take some time once they get up here to get some pictures taken.
Photo up, go ahead. So,
if you are a guest and would like to get pictures taken, make sure you flag down your family member on their way out. They're going to be exiting. But at this time, I want us as students and guests here to recognize all of our teachers that support the students in the classroom, out of the classroom, as well as you guys on the home front. Everyone deserves that round of applause today, and all of those that received recognition. Also, another shout out to our team leaders too. They put a lot of time in to get this organized for today. So a shout out to Mr. Britcher and Mr. Spears. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, students, so we are going to be going back to class. I know you're so excited. You want to get back to learning as soon as possible. I think I heard that from all of you. Have a great rest of your day. You're an amazing audience. Again, guests, flag them down if you want to get a picture. I'll move it back to the first screen. And have a great rest of your day.